LoreWarrior Double Feature STY-3C Starslayer. Overview. In response to orders from General Alexander Kerensky for the production of a new medium mech, Blue Shot Weaponry was awarded a contract in 2765 to build the Starslayer for the SLDF. However, the numerous delays that plagued Blue Shot throughout the mech's production run prevented it from being built in great numbers. By the time the bugs had been worked out, the SLDF was embroiled in the Amaris Civil War, and more Starslayers ended up in storage than on the front line. These hidden Starslayers later became a boon to any house or mercenary unit that stumbled upon them. Recent versions of the Starslayer replaced the standard chassis with endosteel, making the mech both lighter and sturdier. Capabilities. Built to be rugged and dependable, the Starslayer was intended for garrison, mop-up, and recon duties. The designers at Blue Shot used well-established technologies in an effort to make the Starslayer easy to maintain, and to allow the mech to remain in the field for longer periods. A Magna 250 engine makes the Starslayer as fast as most of the SLDF's medium mechs, and jump jets give it greater mobility. Ferrofibrous armor provides the Starslayer with maximum protection at a reduced weight, which, when coupled with an endosteel frame, allows the mech to carry heavy weapons. 2 large lasers give the Starslayer its heavy firepower, backed by 2 medium lasers and a small. To discourage enemy mechs from attacking the rear of the Starslayer, the small laser fires in the mech's rear arc. A single SRM-4 missile pack enables the Starslayer to engage in close combat, and Case protects the pilot from any ammunition explosion. Deployment. Blue Shot have already completed 3 production runs of the new 3C Starslayer, and most of these mechs have been deployed with various militia units in the Lyran Alliance. Some have also been sold to the Magistracy of Canopus, and several mercenary units stationed in Lyran space. Variants. Blue Shot Weapons offers a variant of the Starslayer known as the 3D model. The 3D drops the torso-mounted large laser, the SRM-4 with its ammo and case, in favour of a single extended-range PPC. The 3D also adds an extra double heatsink and replaces the rear-firing small with a rear-firing medium. Technical Readout 3058 Upgrade. Overview. The CRB-27 Crab was poised to become the standard medium mech of the SLDF when it began walking off assembly lines in 2719. However, by 2750, less than 1,000 Crabs had been deployed. Kosara Weaponries kept promising increased production, but never really delivered, and by 2763, the SLDF's patience had run thin, and a request was sent to several weapons manufacturers to propose a replacement model. Blue Shot Weapons' innovative design was awarded the contract in 2765. Ironically, numerous technical issues at the South Fork plant and persistent issues with the fire scan prevented Blue Shot from producing the STC-2C in any significant numbers up until 2772. The SLDF began operations to retake the Terran hegemony worlds from Amaris that year, an excuse apparently used by Blue Shot Weapons to delay shipments until the SLDF provided up-to-date shipping information. It would seem that Archon Robert Steiner II may have influenced such miscommunications, as Blue Shot appeared to have no problems delivering Starslayers to Lyran units engaged in pacifying the former Rimworld's Republic. After the Amaris Civil War was ended, the SLDF straightened out any confusion that might have existed by activating numerous penalty clauses for failure to deliver on their contract. SLDF units began receiving regular shipments of the mech in 2781. However, between the initial delays of Blue Shot Weapons and several convenient Lyran storehouses of the 2C model, numerous remained available for the Lyran house troops to recover after the Exodus. Capabilities. The Starslayer is superior to the Crab in many respects. Odin's own jump jets allow the Starslayer to operate in terrain the Crab simply could not, while also making it more efficient as a raider. It's equipped with similar weaponry, but adds a second medium laser and efficient Tharhes 4 pack for close-range combat. Case is installed to prevent any crippling damage should the ammunition explode. Blue Shot saved costs and decreased production time by relying on standard internal structure and fusion engines, while allowing for greater firepower by utilizing double heatsinks. The 2C mounted less armor than the Crab, but like the Crab, it utilized ferrofibrous armor to enhance its protection. Blue Shot resumed production of the Starslayer in 3056, upgrading it to the 3C model, which uses an endosteel frame to allow it to mount even more armor than the Crab. Now imported from Rich Vale, the fire scan, typically used on LRM and SRM carriers, initially appeared incapable of properly handling laser weaponry. New add-on computing modules in the 3C and the 3D eliminate these issues. Deployment. The Starslayer remains popular to this day, and many units within the LAAF are clamouring to restore their depleted ranks with this efficient design. Its versatility made it popular amongst mercenaries operating in the periphery and Chaos March, while the Magistracy of Canopus seems to be going out of its way to acquire its annual orders for additional 3Cs. Units on the clan front are particularly fond of the 3 Delta model for its superior long-range capability. Variants. The original 2C model Starslayer hasn't been produced since the Succession Wars, but Blueshot recently resumed production of an improved 3C model, including an endosteel skeleton and additional armour. They also provide the 3 Delta, which removes the Tharhes 4-pack and a large laser to allow it to deploy a ERPPC. An additional heatsink allows it to deploy this new heavy heat weaponry efficiently, with the other laser weaponry being upgraded, and a rear-firing medium from the small. Notable MechWarriors. MechWarrior Janus Justice Eckstein. An up-and-coming star of the medium-weight class on Stellaris 7, Justice's arena career was rudely interrupted by allegations that she took a bribe to throw a match. Her dream shattered, she found solace in the word of Blake, and has acquired a measure of vengeance when she participated in the invasion of the game world in 3068. Combat dropping on the Allard Cup charity tournament, Eckstein and her Starslayer accounted for 2 kills in that initial engagement, and she's now a common sight on the streets of Solaris 7. MechWarrior Robert Vargas. Piloting one of several Starslayers within Blackstone Highlanders, MechWarrior Vargas is beginning to make a career out of stalking his slower opponents and engaging them at range with his large laser and ERPPC. So far, he's tallied up 7 kills in this way during the past decade. Several pirate bands operating from the rack have issued a bounty on his head. The Starslayer. This is a great mech. I love this little thing. It's 50 tons, chassis is a 4-4 endo steel, power plant is a Magna 250, it has a cruise of 54 and max speed of 86 kph, with Odin's own model 34Z jump jets giving it 150 meter jump capacity. Its armour is Norse 34 ferrofibrous with case. It's armed with 2 Blaze Fire Systems large lasers, 2 Defiance B3M medium lasers, a single Tharhes 4-pack short-range missile, and a single Defiance B4M small laser. It's manufactured by Blueshot Weapons on Loxley. Its communication system is the Tech Battlecom, and its targeting and tracking is the Fire Scan with indirect track. Stat-wise, that means it walks 5 and runs 8 and jumps 5. It has 11 double heatsinks for a dissipation of 22 heat, and its armour is 9 on the head, 26 on the CT with 6 on the rear, 19 on the right and left torso with 5 on the rear, and 16 on the arms and 24 on the legs. Its large lasers are located in the right arm and right torso, the SRM4 in the left torso, the ammo in the left torso, 2 mediums also in the left torso, its case being located there obviously, and the small laser is in the rear of the head, with the jump jets being located in the side torsos and centre torso. As such, yeah, it's a decent alternative to the Crab. It doesn't look as cool as the Crab in my humble opinion, but it's an interesting mech. It's up there with things like the Lancelot, I feel. It's not, I don't think it's many first choice mediums out there for a lot of people, but it's a solid fighter. It's the kind of mech that if it was ever to be added to a game like, I don't know, MechWarrior Online or Living Legends or whatever, it would immediately have its advantages. It's quite tall, it has high mounted energy weaponry, and it has a pretty simple, straightforward style of play. On the table, not bad speed, good maneuverability, decent amount of heat dissipation for a mech that carries twin large lasers, which is pretty good. And obviously you've got the upgrade, the Delta model that has the ERPPC if you want something with a bit more punch, let's say, especially at range. Yeah, it's an all-round decent energy mech with a single missile backup. I do wonder what's going on with the legs, actually. When you look at it and you see that the hip parts seem to continue up past and seem to go into the armpits, that's a bit of a weird design choice on the legs, but I don't know, aside from that, I quite like it. It's a cool mech. Yeah, it's not really much else to talk about for it. I suppose I would use it as a It would definitely be one of those mechs that I'd use in a campaign as a like a villain mech. Like you'd have like the mid-range boss that the players have to encounter would be in something like this. It's a little bit different, and it can definitely put up a fight. And especially at 50 tons, it's got a half decent armor package for what it is. Alright, it's not going to take long, depending on what it's against, before it starts getting chewed up, but it can move a decent amount as well. It can jump into cover when you need it to. It could be an annoying little enemy, so I could see using it for that. And players would have a field day with the equipment package on it as well. So yeah, overall, I think it's just a solid design, and it's not trying to win any awards. It's just doing its job well. So that's the Starslayer. Thanks for listening, everybody. As always, LoreWarrior is fun. I like making them, and I'm glad there's a lot of you out there who enjoy listening to them. So I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for listening again. Bye bye. Hey everyone, a little bit of an extra part here. I've been asked by the folks at Battletech UK over on Facebook to let those of you who will be in the area around the time on the 31st of May, this coming Wednesday, that the Leeds Wargame Club will be hosting one Randall Bills as part of a bit of a meet and greet, chinwag stories and everything in between. They will be at the event called The Rampage, which will be hosted there on that evening at Hicks Hall. If you want more information, go check out the Battletech UK Facebook group, which I will link down below for anyone who wants to check it out and have a little bit of time with Randall Bills before he heads on over to UK Games Expo and obviously get some Games of Battletech in. So yeah, remember, that's Hicks Hall. It's the Rampage event, and it'll be hosted by the Leeds Wargame Club. So thanks for listening again, everybody. Hope you have a good week and a weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.